Hey guys, as you might know, if you're into this stuff, the Flash movie came out, which I am not excited for at all. I don't want to watch it, and this video is going to probably be part of the reason why I don't want to watch it. I just feel like DC is doing a terrible job with movies, and all of their superhero movies are one, not sticking to the character, like really bad. Superman is acting like Superman, trying to act like Clark Kent when he was raised as Clark Kent. Why would he try to act like Clark Kent, right? Doesn't make any sense. Then Batman is there's no character building in Batman. He's just Batman, and then every once in a while it's Ben Affleck in a suit, right? Which is not bad. I think he's the coolest looking Batman probably ever, along with Henry Cavill is the most accurate. Like one of the best looking Supermans as far as like sticking to the physique and the comics and all that. And even Ezra is a good looking Flash, and his character kind of acts the way he should, but the overall like writing of the stories, I mean, my biggest thing is that the stories are written. The greatest stories are written already. Just kind of turn them into movies, man. You'll save you'll save a ton of this bullshit, right? The CGI, this one is about the fans are not happy with the Flash's movies CGI. I'd be unhappy with a lot of things probably.
From atrocious rubbery suits to video game-like cutscenes, here's why
really
The
bad.
Flash has a huge CGI problem. For starters, almost everything in the trailer has been unimpressive.
Barry, what are you doing? Our kids are gonna want to see this.
I don't mean the overall plot of the movie, not that we got much info about it in the first place. I'm talking about the VFX, especially on the suit, which some call a massive downgrade. Remember the costume from Zack Snyder's Justice League? That thing was a work of art. The first suit that had a bunch of wires around it was made of silica-based quartz sand fabric, or as Bruce Wayne said, what they use on the space shuttle to prevent it from burning up on re-entry.
It's what they use on the space shuttle to prevent it from burning up on re-entry.
I do very competitive ice dancing.
Competitive ice dancing or not, the only thing better than seeing the outfit on display was seeing it in action. The best part is that it was 100% practical. No CGI involved whatsoever.
Oh, see, now that's cold. That's a betrayal.
You gotta think the Flash in these stories, he's super powerful, and his biggest weakness in Justice League, before the Zack Snyder director's cut, the original one, his biggest weakness was tripping. He tripped and fell, and then that would stop what he was doing. So this guy's going, close to the speed of light, and he trips and falls. Oh, that's it. Start over. Like what terrible writing.
I feel stung by that.
Well, it was used for the running and lighting effect, of course. Ezra Miller can't run that fast, last I checked. Unless it's from the Hawaiian police. Too soon? Now, compare the previous suit with
I
the
still
new
don't know
one.
what the guy did,
I mean, what
but
exactly
whatever.
are we comparing? Why does it look so rubbery? Why is the helmet unusually big? And why is one of the suits just Batman's costume, sprayed in red?
It seems freaking comfy.
Yours is pretty cool.
Smooth.
Seems safe and
Breathable.
So many questions, and we don't have the answer to any of them.
Yeah, the Flash
Fans
TV
are
show has
really
let me down
saddened to
after
see
the
all
first,
of
like,
this
2
after how
seasons.
gorgeous Ezra looked the first time they appeared as the Flash.
Well, it is a competition, but it's not like a macho measuring.
If only the suit was the last of our worries. The trailer has a lot of botchy effects. I'm talking about a downgraded General Zod and Metropolis returning on screen. Here's where you're going to have to start comparing. As you know, some of these scenes, like the World Engine, have already been shot, and we've seen them back in Man of Steel.
Release the World Engine.
Fans have pointed out how bad the newer version looks as compared to Snyder's work. Some think that it's a color grading issue. The reason Zod's destruction looked good back in 2013 was that darker colors were used. The
Yeah,
Flash
of
is a
course.
little too bright, making it look like a movie made by another studio I won't be naming. Even the glimpse at the Kryptonian
Hey, Man of Steel has some good parts, but it's just the character arc was not there.
suit looked bad with
Great
the
actors.
bubble-like helmet. Some of the CGI issues could easily be fixed with
Just
a
a
change
waste.
in saturation here and there.
That feels like an oversimplification.
I'm putting together a team.
I mean, a decade-old movie looks miles better than this one, and it's 2023 for crying out loud. The Flash has been delayed so many times that some people don't even remember when it was supposed to initially release. Kryptonians aside, Gotham isn't doing any better either. Batman looks cartoonish, to say the least. Admit it, you noticed it too. Right off the bat, pun intended, we have Michael Keaton as the Caped Crusader.
I'm Batman.
Yeah. See, that's a good Batman.
Too intense.
No, it's perfect.
People who are fans of the 1989 movie are going to have a field day with his return, but the actor is 70 years old. Does it not look weird the way he's moving around and fighting like that? I could have sworn the guy got thinner when his computer-generated model did the iconic dive.
Can I really be a guy who pretends like I can go out and beat up a lot of people when, you really can't?
And don't get me started with the last scene of the trailer. Hold on though, because I'm going in chronological order. Keaton as Batman can't possibly be the definitive version of the universe now that James Gunn is in charge. The reason they let go of Ben Affleck was because of his age, so this would be a little hypocritical, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Here I am.
I'm pretty sure that won't be the case, because half the budget of future projects would be spent on making Michael look younger and more mobile. Now, I'm not sure where the $200 million went on this, because again, some of the scenes look like something you'd see in a PS3 video game. Do you remember these things being an issue with Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman? No, right?
Yes, Superman's mustache. Yeah, Superman's mustache. Like, DC didn't have enough money to beat out the contract for Man of Uncle that they had to CGI his mustache off. Come on, man.
You don't understand. There's no time.
It's not just Snyder's films that were top tier. Wonder Woman and Aquaman both looked great, and all of them.
Wonder Woman is the best casting of Wonder Woman ever. Like, the best. And they still managed to mess up her storyline. Like, all over the place for 84. Just not fun, not a good watch. Just trying to like build her character as if it was like, just make it a recent movie. That's it. Just make it recent. You don't need to do 1984. Just do something recent. She doesn't need to be 500 years old. Like, it doesn't make any sense, man.
Had similar budgets.
You say a word about this, you'll meet every piranha I know.
The Flash
Wow,
feels
he's
like it had
faster
the
than
same
every
budget
Piranha.
as Shazam had. Since I'm comparing the trailer with previous DC content, I might as well point out the obvious. The CGI in the trailer looked like something you'd see in a CW show.
You thought the world was slowing down. It wasn't. You were moving so fast, it only
this
looked
guy.
like everyone else was standing still.
Now, hold on. Remember season 1 of The Flash? That was literally peak DC content. Yes, the quality of the show and its visual effects declined rapidly. I just wanted to point out that one scene where we see two speedsters run into each other, touch each other's boots, and run in the opposite direction. Seriously, what was that? You'd probably see something similar happen in the CW series. I'm sure it makes sense with context, but the running and effects are very subpar. Fans are not happy with all these changes from Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Stop right there. I'm in.
You are?
Yeah, I need friends.
There's no way anything in this new movie will be as good as that one scene where Barry saves the entire league by going back in time. Still get chills thinking about it.
No.
Speaking of time travel,
guy's a
you should
fanboy.
know that it'll play a huge
This guy's a huge fanboy. This Justice League was terrible. Terrible movie.
role in the upcoming
The
Solo
director's
film.
cut was-
It will also be very
The director's cut was far and away much better, but like it's like almost a different movie. But you had to like wait years later to get it, and like just a bad movie. Just like bad job by DC overall, and all these movies they're making, all of them.
very pivotal to the entire
Name one good
franchise.
movie.
You
Leave it in the
probably know
comments,
that The Flash
and I'll tell
releasing
you why
in
it's
June
not.
will serve as a soft reboot to the DC universe, which explains why half of the cast, like Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot, have packed their bags. But as they say, out with the old, in with the new. And we're presented with the lovely Sasha Calais, who'll be portraying Supergirl. Just because
Lovely
we
is
finally get this character on the big screen doesn't automatically make her look good. Unsurprisingly, Superman had much better effects. Yes, it's time to criticize the new character in the DC universe. She looks great, no doubt, but visually, her flying is an eyesore. It's as bad as her laser beams. How hard is it to bring back the same stuff we saw in Man of Steel? The part where the two Barry Allens, Batman, and Kara are fighting at some snowy mountain was very interesting. Fans are saying it's something you'd see in a Call of Duty cutscene. It's a shame because Sasha was so excited to get this role, but it'll all be butchered with bad VFX. With the way things are running over at DC Studios.
That's the thing. They're recruiting some of the greatest actors out there, but they're doing such a terrible job. They must not be telling them, "Hey, we're going to do a terrible job, by the way. So your career's not going to take the, well, I mean, Michael Keaton's career is already good, but like these guys, this girl here, she's young, she's trying to make a name for herself. Maybe I've never seen her before, and you're talking about Supergirl, iconic character. You could turn it into so much, and it's going to be a letdown. She's going to be recasted when they start completely over, because they have to start completely over, and they should just take it from the Joker, which is the best movie they've made. So I do take that back. Joker is the best movie they've made, the one with Joaquin Phoenix. That's far and away the only good movie they've made in DC, and they should run with that arc all the way through. Even bring, a contrasting Metropolis to that world would be amazing.
Studios, I doubt she'll even stick around in the long run. The Guardians of the Galaxy director and co-president announced his initial phase of the franchise, and Supergirl was nowhere to be seen. Perhaps she'll be a supporting character for the Superman film. Hopefully, the VFX will improve by then. So, after the Super Bowl trailer, what do the fans have to say? Well, most of them are digging the movie, but not the CGI. Almost every tweet, comment, and review you'll see will have the same opinion. The Flash looks like a blast, but the VFX is atrocious. Fans of the Snyderverse found this to be the perfect opportunity to compare the new DC with their superior phase. The practicality of the action sequences looks exaggerated too, as pointed out by a Twitter user. This account noticed how in Man of Steel, when a Kryptonian punches a human, they explode, but in The Flash, he flies like a Looney Tunes character. Fans have also realized how Snyder was the only person to make Superman feel real and not some kind of god, but that's a conversation for another time. What matters is that the movie about DC's fastest man alive needs Superman characters and nostalgia to build its hype.
Yeah, definitely, guys. Not gonna watch this movie. Just not gonna entertain it, because it's just a build up to nothing. This is gonna be completely started over soon, I'm assuming, with James Gunn taking over. He just finished the deal because all these people were on contract, I'm sure. So he's hopefully, I mean, I don't know for a fact, but hopefully he's turning it into something closer to the Marvel Phase 1 would be the best. If he can get it somewhere around that original Avengers, like the way those movies were coming out and they were actually really good and followed some storylines. Now they're taking a turn. Eternals, don't get me started. Really bad on Eternals. But DC overall hasn't made anything that is as good as Eternals, except for the Joker, which is way better than all of it. But all right, guys, thanks for watching. If you got anything to say, just leave it in the comments.